everyone, welcome to New Bear. Today I'm going to show you how to work a single shuttle split chain. You don't see these much, but I think it's a handy technique to know. I've worked a basic ring which represents the last element in a project. So imagine we have a doily or a snowflake or something back here. Leave a length of bare thread and work whatever the element is at the end of the bare thread. This might be a single ring, it might be a clover, or it might lock join to previous work. I've just done 2 basic rings for today's sample. In my video on 2 shuttle split chains, I talk about making the length of the bare thread about 3/4 of the length you actually need, because the bare thread will stretch as we work. This is the same for a single shuttle split chain. This bare thread is going to stretch, so make the initial length roughly 3/4 of what you want the finished length to be. We need to hold each end so we can work our stitches on here. You can just hold it like this, but it can be a little tricky if there's not a lot to grip onto up here. If you're struggling with that, get a piece of waste thread, loop it through your ring, sandwich your ring between your 2 fingers and use that waste thread to wrap your hand like you're doing a chain. That just keeps your ring secured, and we're supporting it by holding it on the pad of our finger and having our pointer finger over the top. We don't want to pull too hard on this thread because we don't want to distort our ring, so we're just supporting it like so. Now we're about to work our stitches on here, but I'm actually going to change to 2 different colours so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're pretending that my green and yellow thread is all the one thread. I've just tied a knot in the 2, but this would be my support thread. The knot represents the ring or the last element, and then we're coming down into the pinch, and I'd have the ring, the rest of my project down here. To make our stitches, we're taking our working thread, so from our shuttle underneath the core, picking up a loop and running our shuttle through. Now if we look at what that does, it's very hard to hang on to. It looks like we've got a whole twisty thing happening here, and that's okay. You're going to pull that stitch up, have your shuttle laying to the left of your core, come from the right underneath the core, grab that loop and pull it to the other side, and you can see that pulls our thread over. Run your shuttle through. We've got the first half and the second half of our stitch. So as we pull that up, it goes to the right side. So again, the thread from our shuttle goes underneath, loop it, push your shuttle through. Again, it looks like it's on the wrong side. Come from underneath your core thread, and that will pull it around to the right side as you loop your shuttle through. Pull your stitch up. So doing that with our purple thread. Now you can put picots in here as well. You don't have to use a gauge, and for this it's actually easier if you don't, because it's a bit fiddly to hang on to the gauge. This is how I do it. I leave quite a gap here because I do like my gauges. Pop that in and I can tighten that up like so, and then take my gauge out. So I'm doing a larger one. Just a little bit of space between that picot and the next one. I'll do a larger picot. Now this is just like a normal chain in that we can add thrown rings and Josephine knots. So stop where you want your thrown ring to be. Use your shuttle to work your thrown ring. And now go back into your chain. And that's it. See you next time. Okay, so I thought I'd finished filming and then remembered I had a question from someone on my New Bear tatting group about how to work a single shuttle split chain when you've only got a paper clip or a stitch marker to attach to. So if you're using a large paper clip, then obviously you've got a bit more real estate to hold on to there. If it's only a small stitch marker or a small paper clip, I would work it the same way I did with the ring at the start of the video and use some waste thread. I'd pop that on the pad of my middle finger with my pointer finger over the top because that just stabilizes it. Secure it with the waste thread at the back. My shuttle is my work, just so I've got something to hold on to the group. And then work your stitch like we were before. And that is it. Hope that helps.